We need to talk about Luigi. What's happening with Luigi? Oh my God! I know that the last time we talked about Luigi was in other contexts, in video games context. Well, urban myths and legends. Prosecutors, we don't want to turn Luigi Mangione into some kind of martyr. That's why we are charging him with terrorism. But at the same time, they had this show, the NYPD and Mayor Eric Adams. You know that Eric Adams, I think that he's desperate for a re-election. He's desperate for a re-election, and that's why he's making all this. He's pulling out all the stops. He's making sure to remove all those migrant shelters. He's stopping all the aids in terms of, those debit cards that he was handing to people. Can Luigi get a fair trial? I'm sure that he's going to get a fair trial, but it's going to be highly politicized and highly, the pot is going to be stirred in terms of how many people defend his actions. And I think that this problem is highly systemic. This reveals a higher problem in the healthcare status of the United States. Okay, there's a huge problem which is not sustainable with healthcare in the United States and healthcare insurance in the United States. So that I think so many people that have said this conversation we needed to have this conversation. That conversation is required. And I think that it's a good thing that we got our Bobby Kennedy Jr. coming with the Trump administration. Oh, the NYPD and Mayor Eric Adams, hold our beer. We give you the greatest perp walk since Hannibal Lecter was wheeled out of an airplane strapped to a hand truck. Yes, this is the one of the greatest show that I've seen in a long time. Bits that go hard. They parading Luigi Mangione around like he's a Batman villain. I mean, was this necessary to do this? I'm gonna play this video, and you're gonna tell me if this doesn't look like they are recording a movie. You're gonna tell me if this doesn't look like they are recording a movie. This is a scene of a movie. How many people is this? And Mayor Eric Adams is right there, right behind him. Was that necessary? Was that for, I don't know? Is he some kind of, is the last time I saw so many people around a guy, it was Superman in the movie Man of Steel when he handled himself. I mean, you remember? I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for that for one of the most infamous magazine covers ever. And I'm pretty sure that you know which magazine cover I'm talking about. Pretty sure. Before we move on, looking at this clip, I'm gonna show you. I'm sure that you're about to guess which one is this. I'm going to make you sure. There's one magazine cover about one criminal that made the rounds, not really because the criminal, or actually because of the criminal, but the way that they portrayed him right here. You remember this? The Rolling Stone magazine cover of the Boston Marathon bomber. I mean, what was this? What kind of travesty was this? You know what they wanted to do? It's like, what was the message here? Then what was the message that he was trying to send with that bomb? I really don't remember. I don't remember his manifesto by this point. But I don't know. This romanticization. How do you say that? Es hacerlo así como romántico, hacerlo como épico, hacerlo como si fuese un héroe. It's like make them as heroes instead of, they should fade into obscurity. Bomber, yeah, the bomber. Yes, I always forget that. But that's not what should happen. And you know that this is special in this case. in which they somehow are doing this for what? Made him a celebrity, Boutique Mods. You are so on point. They made him a celebrity, and they are making Luigi Mangione a celebrity as well. That is on point. Lisa Michelle 67. Crime is cool and makes you sexy. Sadly, you know that so many women, I'm not gonna say all women because that is asinine, but so many women love and absolutely love criminals, which is quite insane. The Democrats are clowns, so they feel they have to perform in a dramatic way. Yeah, this is something that maybe this is something that they want to do, in the sense that, oh, this guy did something that appeals to our fan base, because I'm pretty sure that only those who defend criminals are, from the left, because when you have actual morals and you go for common sense, you say, well, let's say there's a problem, right? There's a problem with healthcare in the United States, but there are other ways than to go pew-pew on the street with a ghost gun on a man who was a father of two. You don't take that personally with the person. You go for the organizations, you go for the system, because the system is gonna stay in place. The system is gonna stay in place. What do you think is gonna happen if you go and murder a CEO of a company? The only thing that is going to happen is that the other CEOs of other companies are going to get private security. That's the only thing that is going to change. Nothing else is going to change. I would love to know how this situation with healthcare can actually be sorted out and not fall into this kind of shows. And you say, and then why you highlight it, Jesus? Because you know that I'm in charge of highlighting manipulation. I'm in charge of highlighting narcissists. I'm in charge of highlighting toxic personalities and how they use this kind of shows, because there's no other word, this kind of shows to manipulate people. And yeah, they get a new CEO. You know what happens when they shoot down one CEO? They get a new one. And that new one is going to have reinforced security, all the security that he or she needs. That's what's going to happen. This is a distraction. This is a distraction from the actual stuff happening. Oh, now this is ironic, because whoever it's not one person or one organization, whoever could be in charge of remotely doing something about healthcare in the United States, they would pretty much prefer the attention of everybody be in this guy. Yes, it sounds ironic, but that's how it works. That's how you use headlines to cover your own tracks. You don't want people to talking about you and your inactivity. Let's talk about this guy, and let's make sure that everybody on the internet, because what is going on in the internet, there's this discussion. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Did he do something right, morally wrong? What is that? The discussion is about the assassin and not about the healthcare system in itself. In that sense, if you want to send a message, if Luigi Mangione wanted to send a message, he is being used by these people. The people who actually could do something. And who is that people? Maybe you know who is that people. The people who can actually pass laws to change things in Congress, perhaps. Yeah, maybe they prefer the attention on Luigi Mangione. It's much better. People, oh yeah, he did the right thing, the wrong thing. But in the end, it's all about manipulation. Or in this case, I would say that is like in magic, is misdirection. It's like you try to misdirect the attention of the public. It's like I will bring you the attention to this hand. I'm going to do something with this other hand without you noticing, or I'm going to just distract you, make sure that you don't talk about, oh yeah, Congress should do something about it. But they won't. They don't want to, unless somebody stronger comes, because we know that Biden, we already know that Biden is not going to do much in the weeks that are left. Obamacare made it much worse. Donald Trump himself has said he has a concept of a plan. So, even a concept at this stage, even a concept could be better than not knowing what to do. But still, it's something that has been going for so long. But my best guess is that it is not sustainable. It is not sustainable, and something has to change. But I would love to know what you think about that in the comments. So it is a distraction. Don't look up, says Kim USA. Yes, sleight of hand, Jameson. Jameson. Yes, sleight. How to say that? Sleight.